Pennsylvania Congressman Dan Meuser was sitting in the front row at former President Trump's campaign rally yesterday when those shots were fired. He joins us now to tell us more about what he heard and saw in those terrifying moments. Good morning, Congressman. What went through your head?
Hi, John. Hey, good to be with you. Yeah, it was certainly a tragic day. I heard some of the other comments being made by Leader Scalise and former Chairman Reince Priebus. It was a bad situation. It started as a typical rally, of course. Trump was in great spirits. We gave our opening remarks prior. I was sitting with Mike Kelly, Congressman from Western PA, and as well as Dave McCormick, the U.S. Senate candidate, and we're 5 or 6, 7 minutes into the president's speech when shots rang out. And after the second shot, we knew what was happening, and particularly when I looked at President Trump and saw him grab his side of his head and hit the deck. So a little bit of pandemonium took place. I mean, certainly screams, and people were very upset, a lot of tears. And frankly, when the president stood up and gave his fist that he was okay, that cooled a lot of people. I mean, it was pretty amazing fortitude of the president to be able to have the wherewithal and instincts to do that. So, just shows that he knows how to lead. He knows how to make people feel better in a really trying situation. And frankly, John, I'm glad that the shooter, I mean, look, whether he's insane or mentally disabled. You lose your life. You do something horrible like that, and let's face it, our victims are, he murdered an individual. We got 2 in critical care, which are, sympathies and prayers go out to them and their families. So it was bad scene.
Tell me about the range of conversations you've had, Congressman, either with your colleagues or constituents, as you discuss the fallout from this moment.
Well, quite encouraging and quite perhaps uniting. I've heard from many Republicans, of course, but I also heard from many Democrats. I heard from our governor in Pennsylvania. I heard from House member Chrissy Houlihan, just to name a couple. And they were very sincere, and they really want to do what they can do to help have a better dialogue, a better environment, not just with me, but in general. But I will say, just as Steve Scalise was pointing out a little while ago, and Mike Johnson earlier, I mean, some of the demonizing of President Trump is just, not only is it true, it's virtually hostile. I mean, John, I can sit in committee meetings sometimes, and people refer to the president in the worst sort of terms, and MAGA is worse than a 4-letter word, and referring to him as a tyrant and how he's going to destroy democracy. I can imagine what they say in their stump speeches back home.
Congressman
There's plenty of blame to go around. We all need to understand that we have a responsibility here to improve the political environment.
Congressman Dan Meuser, thank you so much for being with us.